My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Paranormal Activity. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But when this movie came out, it was huge. It was very profitable, and it seemed like everybody loved it. Like people were calling this one of the scariest movies of all time. But in the past decade or so, it seems like everyone has turned on it. Now people say it's overrated. People talk about how not scary this movie is. So the reaction has gone from incredibly positive to incredibly negative just like that. But look, I loved this movie when I first watched it, and I just rewatched it again last night, and I still love this movie. I think it's a whole masterpiece. I really do. But it's one of those movies you have to watch in a very specific way. Like, you have to watch this movie at night in the dark. This is a movie you have to watch in silence. So even if you're watching it with other people, there can't be any chit chatting. It's a movie that you have to watch. So no phones at all. And it's a movie you have to watch from beginning to end. No bathroom breaks, no pauses, just watch all 86 minutes straight. And if you watch this movie like that, I do think you'll get more out of it because it is just so incredibly effective. Like, this movie is pure atmosphere, it is pure terror, and it's just a movie that's written so perfectly. Like, the way this movie escalates is just incredible. Like, it is a movie that should be used as an example of perfect escalation. Night 1, nothing happens. Night 2, something very, very, very small happens. Night 3, something very, very small happens. And then it gets a little bit bigger, and it's just a movie that constantly progresses in a more effective and a more terrifying manner. And there are so many scenes that just get under my skin, and I have goosebumps for so much of this movie. And I also love just how subtle this movie is. Like, it never feels like it gets too big. And I also love the way this movie is framed because, yes, it's found footage and it's focused on the characters throughout, but each night the camera is in the same position and you see this open door to the left and the couple sleeping in their bed to the right. And you're just watching it, you're just scanning the entire screen, scanning every inch of the frame. You're looking out the door, just seeing if you can see anything, any bit of movement, any shadow, just anything. And through that, you get so invested in every single moment. And you listen to every sound and just wonder what it could be. And like, I was holding my breath for so much of this movie. I just think it is that effective, and the sound design is just top notch. But I also love just how hopeless this movie is. Like, they're going up against a demonic force, and there's just nothing they can do. And you really feel the weight of that. And I do think it gets to the point where the movie becomes legitimately really sad. Like, by the end of the movie, there's just nothing left for these characters to do but just wait and accept their inevitable fate. And I watched the alternate ending. So Katie goes downstairs, she screams, Mika goes after her, we hear him scream as well, and then it's just silent, and then you hear Katie coming up the stairs, she gets in front of the camera, and the movie ends. And I know they changed the ending so the movie could become a franchise, but this ending is just perfect. It is so disturbing, it is so sad, and I just love how after Katie dies, there's no credits, the movie just ends. It's just perfect, and I think this movie is so brilliantly directed by Owen Pelly, who I think only directed one other movie, which is just baffling. I know he's produced a bunch, but this guy could have been the next big deal, but I guess he didn't want that. But yeah, let's talk about the cast now. And Katie Featherston, I think, is phenomenal in this movie. She is the one to bring the emotional weight, and she just feels so authentic here. And I was really impressed with what she brought to this movie. But then we've got Mika Slot, who I think does a really great job. He plays this character exactly as he should. But my goodness, is he infuriating. Like, he can be a very unlikable character. You know, he thinks he knows better than Katie. He's insistent that he's useful in this situation, but that's just not the case. There's nothing he can do here, and he just can't accept that. And in his way to prevent that from happening, he's actually the one to make things go worse. Like, if you really look at this movie, that Ouija board scene is the turning point, and it's just a very frustrating scene because he lied to his wife, he was deceiving her, and that's when things truly escalate. And it's all based on this guy's insistence on being the smartest person in the room. So I do think the character drama is really well handled as well. So, like, this movie just fully delivers in every way for me. I think it is a terrifying, effective movie. The look and the sound of the movie is just perfection. It is a movie that escalates ever so perfectly. It's brilliantly acted, and it's just a movie that I still love to this day. So I'm giving Paranormal Activity a 9 out of 10. Okay, Paranormal Activity. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,